This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. So, along with a lot of this information about the January 6th, I think it is important to look to see how the rest of the country is feeling. If you're a Democrat, it's likely, if you're tuning in to me, it's likely that you are of like mind with me about this particular topic, about the fact that it was an attack on our democracy, a literal attack on our country, an insurrection, an attempted overturning of a free and fair election. Because we all have eyes, and we all saw what we saw. The violence. It's not just trespassing. Quinnipiac polls did some sampling. Here are some questions that we're going to answer. Do you think Donald Trump will run for president in 2024 or not? 49% said yes. 39% said no. These all are leading somewhere. If Donald Trump runs for president in 2024, do you think that would be good for the country or bad for the country? Only 32% said it would be good, which is right around where Donald Trump polled the entirety of his presidency. 32%. 60% said bad. And then here's what's interesting. Republicans, 21% of Republicans said bad for the country. That's as low as that percentage is. To me, that is promising that people are starting to wake up. 62% of independents said it would be bad. Which comes closer to your point of view? The storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th was an attack on democracy that should never be forgotten. Or too much is being made of the storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, and it's time to move on. Can you guess which side Republicans were on? Never to be forgotten, 57% overall, Americans believe it is never to be forgotten. While 38%, again, right around that 35-degree mark or 35 percentage mark of people who supported Donald Trump during his term. Of course, 17% of Republicans say never to be forgotten. 75% of Republicans say it's time to move on because it's an indictment of their party. Do you support or oppose the congressional investigation of the storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th? 63% of Americans support, 32% oppose, 29% of Republicans support, 91% of Democrats support the investigation. Two more here. Do you think the congressional investigation of the storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th will lead to significant policy changes or not? 30% yes will lead to changes, 59% no. A lot of this is born out of people's distrust, mistrust, lack of confidence in the ability of Congress to get anything done, which isn't necessarily wrong. 18% of Republicans say yes, it will lead to change. 72% say no. 42% of Democrats say yes, it'll lead to change. And 48% say no. I'm up in the air. I don't know. I'd be part of the 10% of Democrats. Don't know or not applicable. Because it's yet to be seen. Congress does not have a great track record of holding people to account. Look what happened with Donald Trump. Slow to impeach the first time. Quick to impeach the second time. But neither time did they come with their A game. They just didn't. Nancy Pelosi dragged her feet the first time. I don't know if we want to do it. I don't know. Finally, the Democratic caucus pressured her and forced her hand to do it. While we witnessed, and then when they actually were doing it, then they didn't subpoena. They didn't call as a witness Donald Trump. They didn't call as a witness Bolton. I mean, it was handled in a derelict fashion. You may disagree. That's okay. Reasonable people can disagree. But I am not holding my breath that a lot's going to get done. I hope that at the very least, they're able to appropriate money to reinforce the security protocols around the Capitol, to reinforce windows so you can't bash it in with a police shield. And finally, do you think violent right-wing extremism is a serious problem in the United States today or not? This is problematic for me. Total, 65% say yes. 36% of Republicans say yes. 91% of Democrats say yes. A majority, though, of Republicans, 57%, say no. Violent extremism isn't a problem. Now, look, if you extrapolate that out, of course they don't think it's a problem. It's their side that attacked the Capitol. It's their side that is the lion's share, the massive percentage of violent acts in this country from a terroristic or extremist standpoint come from right-wing idiots. Dangerous people who are adherents to Donald Trump and the disparate conspiracy theories that surround him and his supporters. So of course they don't think it's a problem. If you're a bank robber, you don't think bank robbing's a problem. That's your livelihood. That's the meat and potatoes of Donald Trump supporters, is extremism. Whether it be due to race or just general distrust and contempt for the government. And polls like this, I think, are good because they really do give you a snapshot in time. This isn't irrevocable. This will change, absolutely. As this commission gets going and they start having witnesses, certainly these percentages will change. If they actually do their job and get to the bottom of what led to, what initiated, these percentages will change. That's why it is important to have a fact-finding select committee to get to the bottom of it. Because while the Justice Department is arresting people, 500 or 600 people now, the latest was another lady from my home state of Idaho today, a militia, anti-government separatist, not Antifa, not Black Lives Matter, but the Justice Department isn't going to put all their cards on the table because these are going to trial. You don't tip your hand as a prosecutor. Even as a defense, you don't tip your hand. So we have to have Congress. It could have been an independent commission, but Republicans refused, so we have what we have. We got what we got. And they're absolutely in a position to do something good, to find details relative to what took place. We can point some fingers and know what happened and change some of this polling data. I'd love to know what you think. You can leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Thank you. I appreciate you tuning in. Follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Twitter. I'm banned on TikTok again. Again! If you appreciate what I do, if I bring you value in any way, I would appreciate you considering supporting my work here on the platform for as little as $2 a month. You can become a channel member here on YouTube, click the button, see what's involved, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. That's not just for the podcast. That's for all of the media I create. If you're more comfortable with Patreon, that's a good place too. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I sure do love you. I appreciate you. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.